You say sorry, even when nothing is your fault. You apologize for asking questions, for taking up space, for existing a little too loudly in a quiet room. And sometimes, you don't even know why you said it. It just slips out, automatic, like your brain decided before you did. So the real question is, who are you actually trying to protect? You notice it in small moments. When someone interrupts you, you say, "Sorry, go ahead." When a message takes too long to reply, you say, "Sorry, I was busy." When someone else makes a mistake, you still feel the need to soften it with an apology. It's not just politeness, it's a pattern, and slowly it shapes how you see yourself. You start to feel like you're always slightly wrong, like your presence needs justification. In conversations, you shrink your opinions before they're even spoken. In relationships, you carry emotional responsibility that isn't yours. And internally, your self-talk becomes quieter, more cautious, because somewhere along the way, your brain learned this: it's safer to be at fault than to risk conflict. This pattern often connects to something deeper in psychology, a blend of people-pleasing behavior, conflict avoidance, and high sensitivity to social rejection. But that still doesn't explain the core mechanism. Why does your brain default to sorry before it even checks reality?
You're not weak, and you're definitely not too nice. What you're doing is adaptation. Your brain didn't randomly choose this habit, it learned it. At some point, maybe early in life, maybe later, being agreeable, soft, and apologetic reduced tension. Maybe it prevented arguments. Maybe it earned approval. Maybe it kept relationships stable. So your brain made a quiet decision. This works, keep doing it. And over time, it became automatic. Not a personality flaw, but a survival strategy. The problem is, what once protected you is now limiting you. But to change it, you need to understand the system behind it. Your brain has a built-in threat detection system, not just for physical danger, but for social danger, rejection, disapproval, conflict. To your nervous system, these can feel just as real as physical threats. So here's what happens. When there's even a hint of tension, your brain activates a fast response loop. Think of it like a social alarm system. Mental model: the smoke detector brain. Your brain is like a smoke detector, but it's overly sensitive. It doesn't just react to fire, it reacts to steam, heat, even shadows. So when a conversation might turn uncomfortable, your brain sounds the alarm early. And your response? Sorry. Because apologizing acts like emotional smoke control. It reduces perceived threat. The mechanism: cause, process, result. Cause: perceived social tension, real or imagined. Process: activation of the amygdala, threat center. Response: immediate behavior to reduce risk, apology. Result: temporary relief, behavior reinforced. Each time you apologize, your brain gets a small reward. Good, that avoided conflict. This is negative reinforcement. You remove discomfort, so the behavior strengthens. Over time, this loop becomes unconscious. You're not choosing to apologize. Your brain is preemptively protecting you. But here's the catch. The more you apologize unnecessarily, the more your brain believes you are the problem. And that belief quietly shapes everything. So how do you interrupt something that feels automatic?